Hello, I'm excited to be here today with Dr. Smith, a leading expert in the field of artificial intelligence. We're going to dive into one of the most fascinating topics in tech right now, the difference between machine learning and deep learning.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to share my knowledge with your audience. To start, let's define what we mean by these terms. Machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence that enables systems to learn from data without being explicitly programmed.
That makes sense. So it's like teaching a child to recognize pictures of cats and dogs, but instead of a human teacher, the computer learns through examples?
Exactly. Machine learning uses algorithms that allow computers to learn from data without being explicitly told what to do. But as we move forward in complexity, we get to deep learning, which is a subset of machine learning.
A subset? That sounds like a hierarchy. Can you explain that further?
Yes, think of it as a pyramid. At the base, we have machine learning, which is all about using algorithms to learn from data. Then, at the next level up, we have deep learning, which uses neural networks with multiple layers to learn and represent complex patterns in data.
Neural networks? That sounds like something out of a science fiction movie. Can you explain what that means?
A neural network is an artificial model inspired by the structure and function of the human brain. It's made up of interconnected nodes or neurons that process and transmit information. When we talk about deep learning, we're essentially discussing a subset of machine learning. The key difference is that deep learning relies heavily on neural networks to analyze data.
So, how does this differ from traditional machine learning? I've heard it mentioned in the context of AI, but I'm not entirely sure what it entails.
In machine learning, algorithms are designed to learn from experience without being explicitly programmed. However, these algorithms can only analyze a limited number of features or data points.
That makes sense. But what happens when the amount of data is vast and complex? How do deep learning models handle this?
Deep learning comes into play here. It uses multi-layered neural networks to analyze data at multiple levels, enabling them to automatically learn relevant features from raw input data.
I see. So, it's not just about adding more layers or complexity, it's a fundamental shift in how the models are designed and trained.
Exactly. Deep learning is all about exploiting the hierarchical structure of data to capture abstract representations. It's not just about scaling up the number of layers, but also about designing new architectures that can learn from complex relationships in the data.
That makes sense. I think I'm starting to grasp the fundamental differences between deep learning and machine learning.
In conclusion, the key takeaway from our discussion is that while both machine learning and deep learning are forms of AI, they serve different purposes. Machine learning is a more general term that encompasses a wide range of algorithms for automating tasks, whereas deep learning is a specific type of neural network architecture designed to handle complex patterns in data.
That's a great summary. I think it's worth reiterating the importance of understanding these concepts. As we've discussed, machine learning can be applied to a wide range of problems, from customer churn prediction to image classification. On the other hand, deep learning has shown tremendous promise in areas like computer vision and natural language processing.
Exactly. And as we continue to see advancements in computing power and data storage, we can expect to see even more exciting applications of both machine learning and deep learning. For instance, the use of transfer learning has made it possible for researchers to adapt pre-trained models to new tasks with minimal retraining.
That's fascinating. I've heard that some companies are already using transfer learning to improve their product recommendations and chatbots. It's amazing how far we've come in just a few years, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for AI research.
As we move forward, it's essential that researchers and practitioners continue to explore the boundaries of these technologies. This might involve developing new algorithms, improving existing ones, or exploring new applications. Whatever the case, one thing is clear: the future of AI will be shaped by our collective efforts to push the limits of what's possible. This tutorial is brought to you by Malik Abwalzait.